Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
Welcome back, race fans. Here it's PTM Racing TV, back live here at the showcase of Lanier National Speedway, and today we're presenting to you the Misfitz iRacing League SLM series here on the show once more as they take it down here in Brazelton, Georgia for their battles that lay in wait for the next running of their season races. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader, Christian Schreiber, joining you guys here today once again under the night lights on the bright skies that once was. It's time to head it down to the hot sunny days here in Georgia. Let's take a look today at our starting lineup for the Keystone Corners Misfitz iRacing League Super Late Model Series. On the pole, we see Ryman Castle, the number 1, your number 1 qualifier is outside. It'll be Frank Hughes in the 13. Row number 2, it's Ethan Harrison. The 77 is outside. Joshua Ingram in the 56. Row 3, Noah Healy in the 81 is outside. Josh Patterson, the 02. And finally, in row number 4, Matthew Karakoff. He'll pilot up the 00. With Ryan Dyer is outside in that 83. Race fans, we're getting set to go for the action here already out of the gate. Some little jitters down there though, and it looks like the 13 of Frank Hughes. I think he's getting ready and kind of set to go for this one tonight. You can see though the jitters are getting to the drivers, and the drivers are feeling every intense moment that's about to come their wake. Ryan Dyer, Josh Patterson right now waiting on the bubble. They are not making the call, it looks like, so we will have 6 in this race. I believe that is the command. Yeah, that will be the command. So here we go. Row number 1, we'll move a little bit in, and row 2 will move on back as well. The heat's about to start. The power of these super late miles are about to be put on full display, full in charge, and on the run here. We'll see what happens here when they get squared up and on the track. 8 laps to the distance here. Off of corner number 4. Fly him on down to the green flag. We're up and running the first race of the new race. First heat of the night. And down on the ends we go right at turn number 2. It'll be Ethan Harrison already charged into the door panel of Frank Hughes in the 13. The bottom lane is going to be the key line. Drivers are going to have to find a way to hold the line and hold the charge down to avoid in contact and problematic zones. Oh, the 81 Noah Healy almost clips the 77 there. Ethan Harrison gives his to escape around him, though. He'll hold the line down and they'll take over for 3rd. That'll be giving some positions there coming into the A main event. Whoa, but you can see that right hit's trying to kick out from underneath them quicker than most of the time. Might get my legs kicked out of the gym. The number 1 of Ryman Castle here, your race leader here, pulling the springs and pulling the momentum as he's got the full send on uniform. I don't know what on earth he is wearing. I don't know if that's pajamas or if that's actually the full send outfit of a race car driver. But hey, whatever works out there, I guess. Pretty cool looking though. Frank Hughes right now trying to get some speed up to him, trying to get something to get with it. It's so difficult to make a pass around here though when you don't have the run, you don't have a way to get around that bottom lane. But the thing is, you need to burn the tires up a little bit, get the car to burn off on the little bit so the rear end slides out just enough, but not too much, to where it actually will rotate the car in the middle and on the outskirts of the end. That's exactly what these drivers are trying to do here, and with this night lights as well, that's not going to make things very easy on them. Oh, Noah Healy wrecks it off of turn number 2. White flag is out though. Ryman Castle has the race lead. I'm not really sure what happened to Noah if he just overdrove it, but you can see there's a huge battle coming their way off of turn number 3 and 4. White flag changed to checkers. Ryman backs off Frank Hughes for the win. Matthew Karakoff's, well, despite the fact that he was in pit road on the start, he's going to go 3rd. Joshua Ingram goes 4th, and Noah Healy will take 5th. How about that one, race fans? That is how you start up the race. That's how you start it up around here on PTM Racing TV. Heat number 2 is getting staged in. Let's take a look, though, at our results here for the Misfits. And Keystone Corner presents the Heat 1 results. Ryman Castle wins this one. Frank Hughes goes 2nd. 3rd is to Matthew Karakoff. 4th to Joshua Ingram. 5th to Noah Healy. That rounds out the top 5 in this one. The rest of the field will be banished off into the next round. Let's take a look at our starting lineup here for Heat number 2. On the pole, Jamie Gawker. And the number 2 is outside. That will be Jaden Russell in the 42. Row number 2, Jesse Singleton. The 51 is outside. Zach M. Woods in the 61. Row 3 sees Royce Gravano. And the 76 is outside. Bryson Collins in the 5. Final starter, Race Bible 08. And no, that is not a PlayStation tag or an Xbox tag I just gave him. That is his actual name and the car number he's driving. Although, believe me when I say it, that's not his actual name, but that's what they're going to give him in iRacing, so we're just going to live with it. 8 laps of the distance here as the field gets squared away here for Heat number 2. Wave around lap, get the tires warmed up, get them stretched out. When you see drivers swinging them left and right, that means they're trying to warm tires up. They're trying to shake off the gravel and the dust as well as the rocks that is on this surface here. Helps out for the long term, helps them out for quite a bit of a run here. Off our corner ends of turn number 4. This time on by. Let's ring him down yet again. Bring him back to the green. We're back underway. Huge amount of speed coming through the first set of corners here as already. The number 2, Gawker gets an early advance. Gravano right to the bottom. Puts the fight to the rowdy energy. Number 51 and Jesse Singleton. Single trying to hold him back. Race Bible, that's a daily double, double, triple. Fires it off. Sneaks 2 for the price of 1. He takes Bryson Collins and Jesse Singleton so quicker than The Undertaker did in most of his wrestling matches. But he just got his soul sent to the shadow realm, banished for all to encompass. Oh my goodness, he lost it in the corner number 1 and 2, and looks like the rear end slid out from underneath him here, and maybe a little help from some of the other drivers, if you will. That bump and run in that A-main, I guarantee you, is going to upset a few drivers, and it may get a few on their nose and on their curves here. Watch for drivers to get very hectic in that battle coming up. Royce Gravano holding the line on the 42, Jaden Russell, and literally Gravano going 2 up, but so does this man, the 61, Zach M. Woods. He's got the 2nd place locked up here in that Chevrolet Jake's machine, trying to get up there to Jimmy Gawker, who has the lead right now, but you can see lap times wise, he's not exactly holding back Woods all the way. Gawker did lose a little bit in lap 4. Lap 6 will be a bit of a change up though as we go to 2 to go. He's got the run, he's got the speed. White flag high in the air. That's Gravano. Now looking for a last-ditch effort, a last-minute charge for the P1 Performance 61. Goes down low, trying to make the move. Can he swing it in enough? Got the corner panel, but it's not enough speed. And Gawker will take this one home. Zach M. wants to go 2nd, 3rd to Gravano. 4th to Jaden Russell. 5th to Bryson Collins. That will round out your top 5. Warm-up session now underway here as we prepare for the next round of racing. But let's take a look at our Heat 2 results presented by the Keystone Corner. Here it is now popping up on your results here. Gawker goes for the win. Zach M. Woods goes second. Third to Roy Scarvano. Fourth to Jaden Russell. And fifth to Brayson Collins. That rounds out the top 5 in this field here. As you may hear a little bit of a glitching on my end here. I do not know where from. I got a feeling it's probably something to do with the drivers down there if I had to guess. That's not good. Something's wrong on my end. Alright, so real quick, I'm going to go ahead and cut from the mic here. I'm going to go ahead and work out some technical difficulties on my end here, and I'll be right back with you folks. So stay with us, stay tuned. We'll keep the action going. We'll be right back after probably a little quick first message. Race fans, today's action is presented in part by our good friends over at the Keystone Corner. Be sure to head over to his YouTube channel, give him a like, give him a sub, and tell him the PTM Racing TV sent you on their way. A big thank you to the Keystone Corner for your support for everything, and a big thank you to all those at home for tuning in to tonight's action. Now, hopefully, we've managed to get those glitchcrafted gremlins exorcised and remove the demons in their soul, to where we never have to hear them again. I really do not know where that beeping was coming from, folks, or what the problem was, so I do apologize in advance. I think it may have had to do with something on a low battery connection. That's the only thing I can think of, because we just plugged everything in, and I think we finally got it working, so. So as field gets squared away right now, let's kind of look at I want to take a look real quick at something new. Let's try something a little different here. I want to take a look back at the Heat 1 results and the Heat 2 results. And we're looking at this right now. Ryman Castle, Frank Hughes, and Matthew Karakov. Karakov, remember, he started from the very outhouse, how to get that thing back out on the track. Once he got it out there, he pretty much put the boot to some of these boys, really put some charges on them, and gave quite a run. So he's definitely a guy you got to keep your eye out on in this race, for a multitude of reasons. And Ryman Castle, you know he's going to be fast, but looking at Gawker here, you know, what he did here in the second heat, I think really he may be the favorite in this race for the fact of he hasn't been to victory lane in a while. He hasn't had a good charge or really a big break in quite some time. I think if anything, tonight is his night in his mind. He wants to make sure he's very well aware of that. But you can't count out Roy Scarvano, nor can you count out the likes of Jaden Russell or any of them. So we've got some heavy hitters in this one. We got a huge battle on our hands coming up here shortly. Warm-up session just about to complete. We got about 40 seconds remaining here on the show. I guess the boys are kind of done running around the track here, so we'll let them get squared away here. Beautiful looking paint jobs on that 61 of Zach M. Woods. As well, of course, we saw Noah Healy's scheme earlier on. Good looking ride there. Roy Scarvano there, the 76. Keeping that Z Swift 76 alive and well, pretty stylized and designed up to his liking. And with only about 15 seconds remaining here in warm-ups, things are about to get cooking up, and they're going to get a bit crazier here on the show. So the A main event is coming up next, race fans. Just a few more seconds, and then it's time to kick it on down. And we're going to kick this one up a notch. This will be your A main event of the evening. And here we go. Session complete. Let the grading order presented by the Keystone Corner present to you. Ryman Castle is going to be your number 1 seed in this one. Jimmy Gawker will be on his outside. Frank Hughes in row 2 with Zach and Woods on the outside. Row 3, Matthew Garikoff with Royce Gravano. Row 4, Joshua Ingram, Jaden Russell. Row 5, Noah Healy and Brayson Collins. Row 6, Josh Patterson and Jesse Singleton. In row number 7, it will be Ethan Harrison and Race Bible. And the final starter, Ryan Dyer, will be the closer of them all. He is our remaining driver here. As race fans, we are ready for the action. We're ready to get set to go. The time is now. The place is here on PTM Racing TV. This is the main event. Off of turn number 3 and 4, the pace car sets the tone. The field is set in motion. Let the green flag wave. We're underway. And the field will work their way down at the first set of corners here, hard charging out of the pack, out of the packs. There will be no love lost on these corners in these races, this is for sure. Off the ends here, Royce Gravano. He's already trying to make some friends up there. He's got to move on the go, and he's got to move on the row. He's taking it right down there to Jimmy Gawker as the rest of the field works their way on by. Yeah, onboard camera here of Josh Patterson at 0-2 as he tries to find a line on Noah Healy in the 81, seeing the absolute battle ahead of him. Knows he can't get too crazy or get too worked up right now, has to stay focused on the long run at hand. With 75 laps to the distance, you just know these drivers are going to be tested beyond some limits and tested beyond some patience here. They're going to have to find openings where they can and see where they can get the strides from. The number 51, Jesse Singleton, right now getting through the outhouse, trying to move his way up into the White House section here, while Russell and the 5 Collins go right at it with one another. Also, real quick, before we continue on, I want to mention something as well. If you are on our Facebook after this race, try to let us know down below in the comments section when we take our photos. If maybe they look a little bit more detailed, and look a little bit more refurbished and cleaner. We've worked on something very much so on PTM Racing TV, and we think we might have a little something that makes them just a little bit more standing out, if you will. So let us know down in the comment section in there when everything's done. MRL saying good luck to all drivers tonight and for our broadcast. Thank you as always. Thank you so much, MRL, for the support. Continuous battles, continuous runs to the field. Remember, again, there's going to be a lot of running hard, running clean, running side by side if you can. And look at this. Frank Hughes sending Ryman Castle up to the top side, high side, bottom shelf, rocking for the 13. And Scribano loves every minute of this because he knows if they make one wrong move, he can just take it 3 wide and steal their positions. This is a bad spot if you're that one of Ryman Castle, because you know that 76 is literally just taking and eating it, tearing you up by your runs a lot harder on the outside. Dives it back down in though. What a move by Ryman. Crosses him over, sends it to the inside. Now looking to try to get the speed on the 76. But how much of the outside did the tires get torn up? How much did he abuse and reuse He's got to be careful about that. You can't overdo it. You can't oversell it. Scrivano seizes an opening. Fuse is trying to hold him down, though. Oh, this is just solid good fighting back and forth with one another. This is what it's all about when these drivers come to town. The onboard camera here, the Jakes. 71 here, 61 in back end Woods, and Frank Hughes, your race leader, has spun right off of turn number 2. And I guarantee he's probably not too happy about that one. I don't know if that was a spin and a whip or a hit and a miss on the turn, but we're about to find out. Enter the PTM Instant Replay. Led by the Keystone Corner. Here's what happened. No contact here. Okay, that might be contact. And Ryman Castle, by the way, sneaking by that number 76 here as they're going around. I don't know if there was contact on Frank or what happened there. I think there was, though. It was extremely close. Again, this is just hard racing to me. This is what happens when you have two cars diving in that quick. And again, that's just one of those bad deals. But Frank has said he's done. He just parked the car. Honestly, I'm not really sure why he would have wanted to have done that. Considering, honestly, he's running so well, so good. I think just a little bit more time, he would have been A-okay. But it is his call, and it's his crew chief telling him, hey, if you want to park it, that's your call, dude. That's what you do. That's his call. That is what he's going to bring out. So Frank Hughes, unfortunately, has left the track. Unfortunately, tough break there for the 13. He was doing so well, really hammering down on this field and really making drivers work for it to get up to him. Pace car lights are turned off now as the Super Late Model drivers get squared back into Phase 1. Say it with me now, folks. They are now re-racked, restacked, and all that. Let's get back to it. Off of turn number 3 into 4. Hammer down time coming their way. Green flag back in the air. Ed Ryman Castle with the race lead, smoking the mirrors off of the 76, but look at the 2 with Jimmy Gawker, forcing the 76 to Scrivano, and a double pile-on right on turn number 3. Turn number 4 sees 4 or 5 drivers spun in the turn and temporarily contraptualized all out of the end zone. Whoa, I'm pretty sure I saw a little 0-2 kind of sneak his way in there. I don't know if Scrivano's exactly going to be happy about him for a minute. Alright, now boys, remember, easy does it. Don't tear these things up any more than you already done a couple times. You got to be careful about that. So let's take a look at it. Here's the replay. And, whoo, a little bump from Gawker. Scrivano still up top. The 76, or 61, excuse me, gets clipped by the 0-2. Patterson gets a chunk of all of them, and again, short track racing sometimes can be a cruel, cruel mistress. Patterson has been delivered the unfortunate EOL. For those that don't know what that means, it means you go to the back. You gotta work from the outhouse now. They're saying you've been a naughty dog, you will have to go to the back. Naughty, naughty boy. Alright, let's square him away here. Back to phase number 1 here. They'll bring him down the back straight away. Racks stacked and all that. We're going to put him back on the attack. Off the clutches of turn number 4. Once again here, reeling and dealing. And let's fire him on down. Here we go. Green flag back on out. Oh, a little tap there by Noah Healy, the 81. Now look at the Toyota Camry sneaking his way around. Gawker, I don't think he realized what that bumper room is going to do to him, but he got clipped a little bit. Now Brayson Collins in the 5 march in the field. He's been known to do this in short tracks. He'll drive you hard, but he'll run you well. 50 laps remain. Side by side, still contact made. They're both back and forth. One another. Gawker sent higher up. Brakes Bible down to the inside. This is hard short track racing at its finest. You see this at tracks like Hickory. You see this at like IRP. You see this at tracks that are known, of course, for their hard racing and short track style battles like Martinsville. This is what it's all about. The The 0-2. Oh, hold on, hold on. Woo-hoo-hoo. A little payback there from Zach M. Woods. That's 61, I bet you, to that 0-2. Oh, that save can't be quite said for Collins. He gets a clip and a rip, and 0-2 Patterson. Easy, easy, easy. I think he was trying to go, but I think he realized he knew he was in trouble there. My, this, I don't even know what to say to this, my friends. This is just madness. Little bump in the back by the 2, and Collins try to hang on. And then everything else went to darn shame. That is a maddening hit there. One more look at it. And again, there's really not a lot you can do when you're in this position. You're always fighting, you're always striving, you're trying to find a way out of it. That slight clip there was all it took. And the 5 would ended up taking a beating by the other drivers. So Roy Scrivano, despite the fact that he literally got spun out, how many laps to go? Like about 10. It's literally now back halfway into this field. He's already in the top 5. You just can't keep that guy down, I swear. Neither Ryman Castle in that P1 performance. This guy right here, I'm telling you, that Ford Mustang, it's built for tough, and he is always bad fast out on the track. And of course, when you have that full Sen uniform on, you know you got to live up to the reputation that meme has created. The old saying and everything that goes: you live and die by the code. Off of corner number 3 and 4, pace car will not go down just yet. They are waiting for the command structure. They want the driver squared away a little bit better. They've got the command now. Everyone's going to squeal them on by and set this back up. Penalty was given there to these 2 of Gawker. Had to go to the outhouse to work his way back from the White House, though, in a little bit. As positions start to fill up, start to get a little bit more hectic and crazier to get to. They'll bring him right off down off of turn number 3 and 4 back into the restart zone. Great flying high in the air. We're back underway. Fire him on around here. 4 wide. Saru going through turn number 2. What the? Hold on. We're going to hang in there. Well, Noah Healy nearly got sent and banished around some places. I don't even know how they held that, but they held on to it. You saw that too, Red. I'm not the only one going crazy. I saw 4 cars really stacked together, literally end turn number 2. And how they held that line is beyond me, but the 56 Josh Ingram way too far up on the outside, sent down around Race Bible. The hard charger of the night, 12 spots up. He started back in 14th position. He's on a madman's run as Josh Ingram's going to send it down to the shed around, crashing off on the front stretch. Caution's out. Well, good grief, I might be out of breath by the time this one's over with. Ingram had a good run there and a little bit of a battle half, but you see that right front is damaged up pretty badly here. He overdrives it off corner number 4, smashes in the wall protection, almost goes upside down. Got hit pretty hard there, had really nowhere he could go, though. He really was trying to stay out of the way of drivers, not give them any damage, but instead kind of found himself in the wrong end of the wrong stick. Wow. Halfway done with this one, race fans. We're not quite finished yet. Stay tuned, more action to come. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you in part by the Keystone Corner YouTube channel. Be sure to head over there, give them a like, give them a sub, and tell them PTM Racing TV sent you on your way. A big thank you to the Keystone Corner for their representation here in the Misfitz iRacing League Super Late Models Division. Ryman Castle, Race Bible will be the front starters here. Roy Scrivano, Brayson Collins, and Jesse Singleton, your top 5. If I add, I'll say right there, that top 5 is a murder's row of heavy hitters and competition unlike any other. That's what we like to see. That's what we want to see. is the best of the best, fighting it out, trying to get it back into the positions. Double filed up yet again here, entering off of turn number 4, this time on by. Green flag will fly in the air, swing him on down, and let him ride again. Here we go. Down on the front, down on the back straightaway here, side-by-side corner racing, and the 5 of Collins is going to get the clip again, this time by Singleton. Well, I think Collins right about now is probably at that point he's not too thrilled with anybody that gets in his way. Being awfully under control, though, I will say. He's at least staying relaxed. I will give him that. He just radioed somebody in the comment section. He said, I'm on the outside. And he had a frowny face there, unfortunately. Well, this is why. Well, I would say, though, he did a great job getting to the bottom lane, got it out of the mess there, but unfortunately, Singleton didn't quite give him the room I think he was hoping for, and it ends up going bashed back into the realms he goes. And again, that's just hard racing to say the least here, but again, with how crazy things have been this season, things are getting a lot more strict, and for a good reason too. They need to get these drivers, you know, squared up and in position, and this is a great way to do it. I can tell you, working from a lot of local short tracks and short tracks in general, that this is pretty much how they do, and this is how they can kind of configure it in, so that way they don't damage up thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment. I mean, you can say what you will about iRacing, but these drivers are still working with over $2,000 to $10,000 worth of equipment day in and day out, constantly evolving and updating the system where they go. Top 5 on your screen right now as the pace car comes off down around the track. Line it back down into position here. Castle once again has the command. He structures them in. Going off the plains of turn 3 into 4 though. It's hammer down time for the Super Late Model Series yet again. Here we go. Bring him back to the line. Back to the start we go. 3 wide salute entering off the corner there as the drivers pace their way in. Well, that 0-2 Josh Patterson right now maybe kind of find himself in a bit of a redeeming quality here, because that 0-2 is getting put up into the wall protection and kind of put on or around in some areas I don't think he wants to be put into. Trying to hold the line down, trying to hang in there with that 2 of Gawker right below him. The 81 here of Noah Healy, though, after the little spin around he had, now fighting back in. You just can't keep that youngster down no matter what you do. You think you spin him out? Nope, won't work. He'll come back up and fight you. You try to get a little bit harder charge on him? Nope, forget it. He'll come back. That doesn't matter. He'll hammer it down. He'll fire it away. Same way Patterson and Gawker are doing right now in this heavy battle here for the top 6. 6th place position going out of here. Gawker still hanging down. A little trouble down there over the 61 as that Ken Woods, though, rides the wall. Right sides go flying high in the air, but he manages to bring it right back at Race Bible. Bible had to back off there, set the crossover up beautifully done by the 08. He saw what he was up to, and he knew what he had to do, but he gets the bumper for his troubles. Woo, woo, woo. Battle for 3rd, and these guys ain't giving anything to one another. No, no, no. Oh, are you kidding me? Hard racing, I'll agree. Was that a bit of a dump? I would disagree, but we'll take a look at the PTM Racing replay app. I mean, let's take a look at what started maybe this little hiccup here off of the turn 4. Here's where the original contact came from. And you can see that 61 wasn't exactly going to get a Race Bible any room. But did he intentionally drive a little harder down? He kind of clipped. Oh, yeah, he clipped him good. I don't know. You guys be the judge on that one. And they're saying, well, the officials are judging it. They're saying, Race Bible, to the outhouse with you. I think that's a fair call. My opinion, I really would think that Race Bible could have backed off. He had plenty of room to do so, so good call on the officials. Oh boy, we still have 19 laps remaining in this one. There'll be 17 to go come restart zone. Ryman Castle is your race leader. But for how long will that last remains to be unknown and unchecked. This unfounded speed and control that these cars have and possess surely is something that's crazy to speculate as much as it is to watch, and it certainly is a lot of fun to watch if you ask me. I wish we had more of the short track cars out on the PTM Racing TV. I'm no offense to anybody that likes running the NASCARs, you know, Kid Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup, but I really want to see sprint cars, the Silver Crowns, the more late models, street stocks, super lanes. I want to see that stuff more than anything. Like, if someone out there, if you're listening in, you can give that to us, please call us up. We want to see it. We want to watch it. Like, we really do. And I think you fans at home want to see some of it too. So comment down below, like, what cars do you think we need to see next on the roster? Because I guarantee there's a lot of cars out there we have not seen here on PTM Racing TV. We need to get in and out of the way sooner or later. Here we go. Green flag back on out though. And with laps winding down too, things are starting to get a little bit more hectic, a little bit crazy here for every single one of these drivers. 56, Joshua Ingram trying to hammer down on that 5 of Grayson Collins. Collins! Well, you see, if you cross him down low like that, you're going to get the bumper, and Collins, great effort there, actually backed off. Surprise, actually hanged on pretty well there. He's not backing off to this one, though. Cocker with a big mistake off of turn number 4. Cocker lost it off of turn number 4 there, ends up showing the room and shows them the door, and here comes the rest of the field moving their way on in. Garrett Cobb trying to get a last bit of run. Zach and Woods moving the P1 performance machine in as well. Unreal stuff here from all drivers in the spectrums and in the zone. And look at this now. This is what we came to see. Your battle for the race lead. 12 laps to go. Castle shoved off to the outside. Scott Ron over the inside. Makes the race lead. Oh, but Castle gives him the bumper. He put the front bumper to that rear end, sliding the 76 up a little bit. Didn't hold him off enough, though. He backed off, got the run, now squares it away. That's how you give the bump and run around here. Bump him and then let him slide a little, take it position. That's the proper way, in my opinion. You don't go straight shooting at it like that. But that was a good move there by the number 1, but it wasn't enough to hold him down as the precaution flag flies on out yet again. Joshua Ingram problems down there on the number 56. Gosh, the flag flies on out here. The 56, unfortunately, looks like he got sent back to the Shadow Realm here. I don't know what caused this or what started this to begin with, but we're going to take a look at it. Here's our drone cam actually from the tower. Here's a look at it. Close action here. The 61 Zach M. Woods kind of staying on towards the outside line. The 56 right here. Looked like everything was okay there. Might have cut him a little bit too close here, entering 3 and 4. Yep, there's a contact. There's the other contact, and that is what caused the caution. You can see him working that wheel in as much as he can, trying to get everything squared away, but knew he was in trouble from the moment that got spun and loose. You could say it busted loose. Okay, I'll stop. 6 laps left to go. Absolutely incredible racing today here at Lanier. Very well done and well executed by all drivers. But now we need to conclude this one. We need to find ourselves a race winner. Here we go, back to the action. We'll show you the top 5 in these closing laps here as we work that way on down here positions. Ryman Castle now marking that battle up. Look at the 3 wide slid there by Grayson Collins, swinging in with Jesse Singleton. Noah Healy is sent out and around. He's got nowhere to go. He's trying to get something on the outside to work. Singleton and Gawker as well as the 0-2. Josh Patterson heavy on the nose. Big wreck off of turn 4. Scarvano has the lead. Whoa. Woo-hoo. Well, I don't really know where exactly everything went wrong there, but we'll just take a look from the PTM Instant Replay. Healy got shuffled into the mix, and Zach M. Woods decides to give Gawker the old bump and tag and sends them back into the playing field as they go. It will be a green-white checkered coming up, race fans. If you haven't already, subscribe here on PTM Racing TV so you never miss any of our live action coverage. Also, be sure to hit the like button, hit the follow button on our Facebook and here. We really do appreciate it. Also, head over our Twitter and make sure you keep up with all our latest updates and news. We'll be posting around there a little bit more often than not when we can. This green-white checker attempt will definitely set some drivers straight and maybe make some a little bit more looser than others. But Scarvano has waited patiently in that Z-Swift 76 to make his move and make his mark, and Castle opened the door up for him a couple laps ago. Now can the P1 Performance #1 take back that position? Remember the last time on a short track we saw literally hard racing, hard starts, some bumpers and some fenders put together and a few maybe a few salty hearts kind of thrown in between, but that's okay. Let a little pepper kind of sweeten up the things a bit. Here we go. Off the clutches of turn number 3 down into turn number 4. Bring them back around one more time by. Here we go. Let's finish this. Oh, huge bumper delivered by Castle. Castle sends him up. He's got on the inside. He's got the run on the inside. This is the battle for the race lane. To the white flag they come. Side by side, that was separated by nearly 7,000 of a second. Straight to the finish. They're dead locked in. They're not giving each other in. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. Turn number 3, down to turn number 4. And Castle will take Scarvano to the cleaners and win here at Lanier. Oh my goodness. The race results are in by 0.2 of a second. Ryman Castle will strive and conquer over Roy Scarvano in a hard racing effort, entering off turn number 4. Both drivers putting on a final classic battle. Unreal and what a performance. And a show of respect by 2 veterans. Ryman showing some love to Scarvano. Scarvano is giving it right back to him. Unbelievable performance by all drivers involved. The results are in and they are closing this one out. Whew! Oh my goodness, I think I might need a couple Coors Lights by the time this one's done and over with. The fires are going off down here on PTM Racing TV. Let's take a look at our results, presented in part by our good friends at the Keystone Corner. Your final results are in, and Ryman Castle will take this one home. Scarvano put up an impressive performance. If it went to the line, it would have been his at that last lap, on the last lap. But Castle takes him down. Race Bible, though, a strong performance in the making. He goes 3rd. Jesse Singleton goes 4th. 5th to Noah Healy. 6th to Matthew Karakoff. 7th to Zach M. Woods. 8th to Jimmy Gawker. 9th to Bryson Collins. 10th to Josh Patterson. That will conclude the top 10. But now there is one last piece of business we need to attend to, race fans. Let's take it down and talk to the top 3 in our interviews now. Joining me real quick here in your 3rd place position, it's going to be the number 08 Race Bible joins the stand. Race, congratulations on a top 3 finish and an absolute performance in the making for you and your crew. The hard charge of the night. You go from 14th to 3rd. How did it feel out there?
Felt great. We had some problems at the start with going a lap down after spinning out, but we were able to fight our way back up front.
You fought your way back up front, had to make it through quite a few drivers and quite a few corners, I would have to presume here, because of the way this track plays out and how hard it is to kind of run the bottom lane, it got pretty difficult for some of you guys to really keep up with the times, didn't it?
Yeah, it's tough to run the bottom laner. Really eats up your tires, but I'd just like to apologize to those 2 cars on that last lap. I had to make a move, and I don't like racing like that, but it is what it is. It's short track racing.
It is short track racing indeed. We'll talk with those other 2 in a minute about that one. Where that came first and second, but Race Bible, you're coming away third. So let me ask you this, sir: who do you want to thank here today, or tonight, excuse me, for Ed Lanier?
I just want to thank RB Excavating, Connor Osborne, RBR, Race Bible Racing, Best Insurance and Financial. They've really helped me through the season, and we were finally able to get on the podium.
You finally got on the podium. You put up a performance in the making. Congratulations, sir, and we will see you next time on out.
Thank you.
From Race Bible Racing, ladies and gentlemen, it is Race Bible in the 0-8 coming away here with this performance in the making. Well, race fans, now to join me in real quick, it was supposed to be Royce Gravano in that second place spot. And he's now ready for us here from SKS Motorsports. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Gravano in the call here in the 76 here. Royce, congratulations on a second place finish, although I have the feeling you probably were expecting maybe a little bit more after that white flag lap. You had Castle by literally margin of inches, by I think it was about 0.008 of a second I registered on my timing sheet. And Castle just kind of took you down for a little bit of a ride in turn 4. What happened down there?
Yeah, that was a fun race. I wanted to make it interesting and start from the back, so I put up a dud of a qualifying lap and came through the heats and then the 75 lap feature. But obviously Ryman's going to be quick, so we marched our way up to him and we put on some good side by side racing for a few laps.
You just certainly did indeed, and things were getting a bit hectic around here at Lanier. I know we've seen a lot of hard racing down on the other sides of the counties in Georgia here, but I don't think we have seen really this kind of battle and side-by-side action from a super late model crew on this track in quite some time. Did that outside really hold up as well as the bottom did when you were fighting them off those last laps?
Yeah, it's tricky. I think to pass on the bottom, you got to nudge them up out of the groove, and I think that's what Ryman did to me with the green-white checkered. So I expected it, but I was kind of hoping that the momentum on the top side would hold me off. But I think coming out of 4, we were just both in the gas, and that's what washed me up the track a little bit. But fun times nonetheless.
Fun times indeed, and a good showing of respect from you and Ryman. So, Royce, as I close this one out with you today here, second place goes to you. Who do you want to thank here for this one?
Yeah, I want to thank you, Christian, first of all, and PTM Racing TV for putting these on. I always like watching them back and learning a thing or two, and I appreciate the broadcast. Thank you to Patrick and the league for putting this on. This is always the highlight of my week on a Wednesday night, and look forward to the next one.
Absolutely indeed, Royce. What a performance in the making here at Lanier. Congratulations on the second place finish. We'll catch you next time out, sir.
Sounds great. Thanks.
From SKS Motorsports, ladies and gentlemen, Royce Gravano. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this man will punch it to victory lane, representing P1 Motorsports Performance. It is the number 1, Ryman Castle. Castle, congratulations on this one, sir. An absolute war on the final laps. Scrivano just said it best. They thought you gave him the bumper there, which on our end, yeah, you did. But it really, that's kind of what racing's all about in the short track style of Lanier, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be. I don't necessarily like doing it. But I about gave this a win up twice. I kind of got in the backstretch wall just to the right rear, and it shot me straight up to the top in 3. I did it earlier in the race, so they both got by me, and then I was able to get it back. Yeah, then I just raced him hard on the outside, burnt my stuff up, and then we had the green-white check. Or I got him to him a couple times, just trying to loosen him up, nothing to wreck him or anything. And green-white checkered. This is my favorite racetrack. I know how to run it, so I kind of got to give him a little nudge, and yeah, and off he went, and he still was able to race side by side with me. And then I believe that's how you're supposed to do it. You don't ship him and get rid of him. You just kind of nudge him up out of the groove and let him race you. And we raced hard.
Well, there is a thing in a saying that says it's full send on the car and it's full send on the outfits we've seen here worn today, and it certainly was proven here. As we come down to the final lap, so let me ask you this about Scrivano here. I mean, you two were dead even with one another. You had to get the little bump in there. Something I think a lot of drivers, myself, would do. But let's talk about this here for a second, because we talked about Scrivano on the outside. When you were on that bottom lane and you had to go full send, at any point did you think Scrivano was going to kind of close it off on you and maybe kind of pinch you down there for the last run to get to that finish?
I knew that he was going to do that, so I had to run him a little high into 3, just to kill his run.
Well,
So I kind of knew that, so I kind of entered high in 3 and made sure he couldn't get the run off the top, because you can see I ran outside of him for about 5 or 6 laps, and you can kind of get a run off if you hit it right. So I knew if I killed his run, then he wouldn't be able to do that, and he tried to do it because we kind of made a little bit of contact off of 4, come to the checkered, but I mean nothing major, just hard nose racing. And then I like Royce, I like racing him. He's a good racer, and I think I had a 0x. He might have had a couple instant points from other stuff in the race, but that's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to race, and it's fun. And it's really hard to move somebody without wrecking them. And he could do it, and I could do it, and it's fun to be able to do it to each other and race hard for the win. I mean, I have all the respect in the world for Royce. I screwed him over at Stafford. I kind of got hot in the corner and kind of screwed his race up, and I felt bad. But he's definitely one of the best in the league, and yeah, it was fun.
you got to put the boots up, or you got to put up or shut up, as we say on PTM Racing TV, and that is definitely what happened between you two. Much respect for both you drivers, Derek. So good to show there. Ryman, as you close off with the race one here at Lanier, and you got these fans all standing around here just looking at you here in victory lane. Who do you want to thank here for this?
I gotta thank P1 Performance, Rocket Fabrication Suspension, Austin Maynard Racing, True Performance, and Fabrication. I gotta thank you. I gotta thank Patrick. I gotta thank everybody that put this on, the sponsors. I gotta thank my competitors. They're fun to race with, most of them at least. Just fun to be able to sit down here and do this on a Wednesday night and race hard with some good racers.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryman. You're the victor here at Lanier. Congratulations, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
From P1 Performance, ladies and gentlemen, it will be Ryman Castle walking away with the W here on PTM Racing TV. And what a race and a performance by all involved. A big thank you again to Maril for having us come on by. Thank you to Keystone Corner as well for tuning on in. Be sure to give them a like, give them a love, subscribe down there on YouTube. And the Keystone Corner, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to visit them up. Thank you so much to them. So much to you fans out there as well. If you did like what you see, subscribe as well on our end, and we really appreciate that. But for now, as I close this off tonight, we'll see you guys for the Spartan Logistics Management LLC iRacing iRock Challenge Series tomorrow night on the Facebook side. But for now, thank you so much for tuning in and choosing us to be your Wednesday night showcase of the races.